I'll
It's up.
tweet it.
Hey, everyone, welcome to the Plant Stock channel. Me and Mayor just had to make a new video. We just made a video that was going to come out right now. But when we saw what's happening to the stock of Beyond Meat, we felt that we had to show you. Guys, so I'm not sure if you know what's been going on. If we take a look at the stock price right now, it's up about 10%, which is good. But just a few minutes ago, or 10-20 minutes ago, it was up like 30%. So what's going on here, Mayor?
Yeah, so this is insane. So yesterday, Beyond Meat, on their Twitter account, they announced that CEO Ethan Brown is going to be sharing the stage live with a person by the name of Morgan. What was his last name? Morgan something. The chief
Flatley?
marketing
Yeah,
Flatley,
yeah,
yes, Morgan Flatley, who is the chief marketing officer of McDonald's. So they were sharing the stage at this event hosted by Fast Company. Fast Company is a firm that does research on innovative companies. They're also they're sort of a journalistic outlet.
yeah.
And apparently at this event, which was paywalled, so I didn't sign up for it. But they apparently announced that Beyond Meat that McDonald's is moving forward with elevating the McPlant burger,
Yeah,
which if you've been following the story, McPlant is the patty that is made by Beyond Meat exclusively for McDonald's.
exactly.
It's their plant-based alternative to the Big Mac, and it's priced essentially to parity with the Big Mac as well.
Yeah.
So it's been a great sort of alternative to animal beef. And so far they've been testing this at a number of locations, roughly 600 locations across Texas and I believe Michigan as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
And so we've been waiting and waiting and waiting to see whether they would be announcing a national rollout.
yeah,
Because where these test runs are good news, but they're not the best news because it means that when a company is not all in on one specific initiative, then it sets it up for failure, and that's what we're all afraid of as Beyond Meat fans. Because if you're only doing it in certain test markets, when a company is not all in on something, then it's hard for people to really build that network effect where one person refers to another person, which tells another person, and then when people find out and they don't see it on their menu at their local McDonald's, they just sort of forget about it, and that kind of kills all the hype,
yeah.
right, of getting something like this. So we've been waiting as Beyond Meat fans forever for McDonald's to make a big announcement to go nationwide. They've already done this in the UK. All UK McDonald's now have the McPlant as a permanent menu item.
Yeah, it's about 1,400 locations, including Ireland, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it was started in January, and it's super successful in the UK. That's what we know. So what's going on in the US? That it seems to be some reports that it's not going too well. But it's nothing we've gotten 100% confirmed either.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So so apparently this report came out, and the title, the headline of this, and I'll just share my screen here, but the headline was that they are actually moving forward and making it a permanent menu item.
Yeah,
As you can see right here, McDonald's and Beyond Meat say the McPlant burger will become a permanent menu item. That was in the headline of the story. Now, apparently, this is surging the stock now,
yeah,
where Beyond Meat was up almost 30% at one point in the day. And now it's kind of really round tripped all the way back. It's still up 8% though on the day. So it's still moving in a big way on the day so far. But there's been, Bloomberg headlines that hit the wires saying that McDonald's is refuting this, that they have not actually made it a permanent menu item. There hasn't been any new announcements on the McPlant yet. So we're all kind of like asking, WTF right now. We have no idea what's fake news and what's real.
yeah,
Apparently McDonald's is refuting it, so that has to be the real news.
yeah,
And this is the fake news right here. But I still think that even if this is fake news, the fact that Ethan Brown and
The- And
Morgan Flatley
yeah, who's
sharing the
the
state.
chief marketing officer, right? That
Yeah.
he's stating that this is not a fad, and we're in talks with the company, and we were going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the the upcoming earnings call for McDonald's, which is tomorrow, that we might find some information regarding that, right? Yet,
We might find out. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So, and I'm wondering if we might find something soon there, right? So, if so, is it that they don't dare to say it? Because what I'm wondering about is that I don't know if you guys remembered, but in 2021, no, sorry, 2020 in November, McDonald's came in and said, or came out saying that we're going to create the Mac plant now in January in 2021. And they weren't mentioning at all at that point Beyond Meat. It was a big hush hush, and basically almost stating that, yeah, we've done some stuff with Beyond before, but right now it could be an in-house thing or something like that. And then 2-3 months after, boom, we're going to make these with Beyond Meat, right? And I think it went like 20% at that time. So I don't really trust what they're stating now, especially when the CMO, the chief marketing officer, is actually stating that things are going well. So it could be that they're waiting for a statement tomorrow or in the next couple of days, but they're not ready for that. So yeah, you're showing something here.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm just reading the rest of this report here, and it's some of these things that they're saying. Again, I think it's a net positive, even if the headline that it's going nationwide as a permanent item is fake news.
Yeah.
There's some statements made here that definitely makes this a positive overall development.
Yeah.
They're stating that let's see. Talking again about Morgan Flatley, that's the person that's right now, live with Ethan Brown at this event to buy Fast Company. And in this report, it's saying that if combined correctly, Beyond and McDonald's believe that their strengths can make the McPlant a gateway plant burger, the first truly available at scale across multiple markets, and at an affordable price point so that billions of people can try it. So again, I think this whole idea of whether it's a permanent menu item right now is actually not. Of course, we want this to be true, but even if it's not true,
it's going to happen sooner or later.
Way, I think it's definitely indicative that it's going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe not today, but it's in the works.
Yeah.
They're speaking of it very, very highly, and in a way that is, extremely sort of, big picture, a scalable product.
Yeah.
Billions of people can try it. So by working with McDonald's vast fine-tuned network of suppliers, Beyond has begun to visualize how its own plant burgers could go global. This is important from an economic development perspective and innovation perspective. The ability to work with farmers all around the world to grow the crops that go into our products. So again, overall, very, very, very positive development. I mean, if they were not going to, here's the logic that I use. If they were not going to move forward, or at least thinking of moving forward with Beyond Meat on the McPlant burger, why would they hold such an event like this? Why would they do this sort of dog and pony show together?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's definitely a net positive, and that's why even though the Bloomberg headlines have refuted, McDonald's has basically refuted that. Still, Beyond Meat is still positive on the day at 9% right now. So I think this is definitely a net positive overall for the future of this partnership between Beyond Meat and McDonald's.
And I just want to add, as we've talked about many times on this channel, McDonald's has to move this way sooner or later, right? Again, Burger King is in collaboration with Impossible Foods, right? So who would otherwise McDonald's go to? And as you also stated and you showed, and I've talked about that in another video, McDonald's has basically been doing worse the last 10 years. They're gone down in billions and billions per year when it comes to their revenue. So they need to look for new markets, no doubt. And this is obviously where we're headed sooner or later. They're not dumb. They know where the money is going to be in the future. So obviously, why wouldn't they make this deal with the industry leader? And even though Impossible Foods, it has a popular burger, it's hard to believe that they're still at the same scalability as Beyond Meat. So it's still the one to go with for a company like McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. I still have that belief that right now Beyond Meat has the best execution and production scale for plant-based meat. We don't really know enough about Impossible though, because they're not a public company. We
Right.
have very little information about their financials. But Beyond Meat is the brand leader, by the way, according to their own surveys. If you look at like unaided brand awareness, I think 1 out of every 3 people identify with Beyond Meat as the first brand that they think of when you tell them, the word plant-based meat, right?
Yeah.
So that's huge, and that's unaided, meaning there's no sort of multiple choice in terms of what they can select from. So when they say, what brand do you think of when you hear the words plant-based meat?
Yeah.
1 out of every 3 people, and this includes all shoppers, not just plant-based shoppers, but all shoppers.
Yeah.
Said Beyond Meat. So that's definitely a huge plus in terms of their brand awareness among shoppers.
Exactly. So
And these are quotes that are kind of hard to refute. I mean, like, this is a direct quote. We are confident that this product will stay in restaurants, Flatley says unambiguously. This is not a fad. It's a product that is going to continue to grow. So again, even if this, I can see how this is not, breaking news per se, because even if Morgan said this, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are, making it a permanent nationwide item. But is enough there to say that this partnership is continuing. It's not dead at all.
So yeah, we've been worrying about that. We had some reports on Twitter or someone reminding us that it's supposed to actually stop like any day now. That those 600 restaurants in the U.S. But we haven't heard about it, and basically then stating that could it be then that it's going to continue for now, those 600 restaurants? So the permanent deal could be with only this 600 restaurant, but that is obviously really good news anyhow, because if they do it with 600 restaurants in the U.S., which is basically placed all around the U.S., then why wouldn't they move on sooner or later to the other 13,000 locations, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Or at least expand it to markets where that plant-based meats are going to be, popular.
Yeah.
Which is basically all of the urban centers of the United States, like New York City, basically all of California,
exactly.
Chicago, other places like that. So I think it's a net positive overall with these types of comments that are coming out there. And again, if they were not planning on moving forward, they would have let McPlant sort of expire, quietly and not talk about it again. But the fact that they're kind of holding this event together, at Fast Company, to me tells me that that something is cooking.
Yeah.
And by the way, Beyond Meat is one of the most shorted companies in the market right now. I just posted this on my Twitter, but it's right now, out of all U.S. common stocks, meaning just if you looked at only companies that are domiciled in the U.S. Beyond Meat is the number 6 most heavily shorted stock out of all U.S. stocks at 36% short interest.
And how many thousands of stocks are there in the U.S.?
There's 3,000 plus, 4,000 plus.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a lot.
Yeah.
So this is, this is a candidate. Now the shorts probably dodged a bullet here because it's not, McDonald's kind of refuted the news quickly.
Yeah.
But if that was real news, then this could be a candidate for a true short squeeze.
Yeah.
Because of how heavily shorted it is. And if a piece of news like this comes out of nowhere, where even bulls like ourselves were doubting whether this is going to continue, right? So if this comes out and shocks even the bulls, that's a candidate for a real short squeeze where we could see this thing go to. We could basically see this thing double
Yeah.
in a very short period of time because of how heavily shorted it is.
Exactly, and that I think is well needed in the community to see some positive news for sure.
Yeah.
So, all right, but so basically, guys, this is what we just wanted to give you a quick update on this. What we saw, we just finished a video that we're supposed to release an hour ago, but then we just like, what is going on here? Mike from the Oatly group, guys, in the Discord, guys, feel free to join our free Discord channel down below, where we talk about these stocks on a daily basis. You get to see me and Mayor and several others who are well known with plant-based companies like Beyond Meat, Oatly, Tattoo Chef, very good food companies, to name a few. So feel free to join the free Discord channel in the description, guys. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. So, and just, we're gonna obviously keep monitoring this situation. Hopefully we'll hear something about this at the McDonald's earnings call tomorrow, but I suspect that there'll be a chance that we won't. Because we had the PepsiCo earnings yesterday. Nothing was mentioned about the Planet partnership with Beyond Meat there. So maybe that is a nothing burger for a large company as PepsiCo is right now. But so same thing could be. But I'm thinking we could see something in the next couple of days, weeks, or months. But I feel fairly confident that we'll probably see McPlant in one way here to stay.
Yeah, I think, especially after today, I think it's almost a guaranteed outcome at this point now.
Yeah.
And stock has been down dramatically, right, because of decelerating sales. So Beyond Meat has not been without troubles of their own, right? Growth has been stalling a little bit. They're down to about 20 to 25% growth guidance of this year, but margins have really suffered a lot.
Exactly.
So, Beyond Meat has definitely struggled, and that's why their shares are down so heavily, alongside with the overall market.
Yeah.
But this would be a shot in the arm. This is the one company that I think has the greatest potential when it comes to taking a piece of the $1.2 trillion global beef, meat industry total, between beef, chicken, and pork.
Exactly.
It is just a staggering industry. And if any company can do it, it's either impossible or beyond. And the market is big enough for both of them to be successful.
A combination for sure. So, all right, guys. But that was basically it for today. So hope to see you tomorrow. We'll coming up with a new, fresh video. And hopefully
we're up 17% now today.
Again, it's up 17 now?
Yeah, it's back up to 17 now. So I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know what's true, man. But whatever the case is, regardless, today's developments are definitely good news for Beyond Meat.
It is, definitely. All right, guys. Thanks for today. Hope to see you soon. And join us in the Discord, guys, and keep talking about this. All right. Peace.